Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's Moose Racing League. It's a Friday night, and that means it's the turn of our Formula 2 drivers, as you can see up in the top left of your screen over there. It's the Formula 2 Championship, and tonight we head to Austria. Qualifying's just about to start, but before we get into qualifying, what I'd like to do is take you through, obviously, this wonderful track. Just as a quick note, the weather does look beautiful. The sun is shining. The pit crews are ready to rock and roll. And what we'll do first, though, is we'll take you to have a look around the beautiful, it's not Formula 1, it's Formula 2, the beautiful mountainous region of Austria for this Formula 2 race. Lots of undulations in this on this track. Of course, as you know, as you've probably raced it yourselves many times. Couple of DRS zones, 3 DRS zones, in fact, if I knew. Tricky little corners to take. Turn 1 and turn 3 are particularly tricky, and turn 4 is where understeer can cause you going off into the gravel if your competitors have that kind of setup. We've got 16 races tonight. Let's take a quick look at who we have, if I can find it. There you go, and there you have it. Right then, so we've got Jay Lowry. I've got Larry on my list, and I don't know what car he's in. He's in something. He's one-shot quali tonight. Okay, one-shot quali in Formula 2. Bopsy's heading the way at the moment in the VAR. Obviously, these cars are much smaller and obviously a little bit slower. So I'm hoping that we don't have too much in the way of incidents this evening. Still Bops out in front then in this one-shot quali as he goes round the final turn. Keeps it valid. Sean Tiller has joined. Sean's going to be jumping in one of the cars. Bops then sets a 1:14.5 to take pole position. Well done to Bops. So it's Bops in the Van Amersfoort racing car out in front. Joining him on the front row, it's Landshark in the Trident. ART Grand Prix JBTC in third. Joining him on the second row is Bouncy in the Prima. Jay Lowry and Monster Jamers are taking up the third row in the High-Tech and the MP Motorsport. The second High-Tech have chosen Tolby and the Dams of Nicky G on row 4. We've then got Vince and Stig in the MP Motorsport and ART Grand Prix cars on the 5th row, with Homer and John Does Work taking P11 and 12 in the Virtuosi and the Roden Carlin. The PHMs are stacked. It's Edge and Sean. We've then got Burn Victim at City of Art bringing up the rear. Okay then, Drew, how you doing? Oh, the social was awful, mate. I didn't do particularly well. I lost it at turn 3. The typical turn to lose it at. We don't like turn 3 at Austria. We got on the gas a little bit too soon with our left tyres on the on the curb, and that sent us careering into the wall on the right-hand side, and the wheel of my car fell off. So that's what we've got to be careful of. I don't imagine that we'll have... I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't see we'll have too many issues because the cars are smaller, but that means 2 wide probably becomes 3 wide in F2. Hopefully the spectating was fun at least. Yeah, it was. The spectating was good fun. Good racing between 4 of you guys on that final 5 or 6 laps. Bops is indeed go-to. So the weather looks good. I can't remember how many laps we're doing tonight. It's been a little bit of a rush. I had a PC meltdown right before kickoff. So that's why we're a few minutes late. But the one-shot quality's out of the way then. Bops on pole. Landsharky Jr. on the front row. And it'll be interesting to see... where is she? But we have lights. 4 lights. 5 lights. And away we go then. The race down to the first corner. Look like we're going to go 4 wide, a little bit further on back. It's Bops and Landsharky then going side by side up into turn 1. Beg your pardon, turn 3. And it is Bops who retains his first position. Gets a little bit out of shape though as he comes out. A little bit of mayhem taking place a little bit further back. But all clean, no yellow flags through the first 3 corners into the 4th turn then. Changing position. Stig, burn victim, taking advantage of slower corners by their competitors. Oh, we got a... I don't know what car that was, but that was way off track. JB then bringing up there at the moment, but it's Bops out in front by 3/10. Closing in though is Landsharky, only 2/10 behind him. Move Bouncy, 3/10 behind him. A little of that gap then to Chosen Tolby, a second back. And away we go. So Chosen Tolby and Jay Lowry are both, I believe, possibly reserving. I don't see their names in my list of drivers this evening. They're both in, well, I believe, the high-tech cars, perhaps? But Edge, looking like Edge might be able to make a move. 1/10 down. Yes, there he goes. Up the inside of Vince at turn 3. Does lose track position, though, because he runs too deep. Too deep. Too deep, Edge. Vince goes back into P6. Looking down, we've got Nicky G. Nicky G looking like he wants to make a move. Yellow flags. Yellow flags. We do have yellow flags. We've got a caution, and it is... Oh, that's an unsafe rejoin if you're not too careful. Looks like it's Landsharky then all the way from P2, all the way back down to the rear of the field. In that Trident car. And now we've got the Red Bull of Red Bull. We've got the high-tech of Jay Lowry round as well. So only yellow flags in Sector 3. No safety car. 118.6 is the first fastest lap we've got on the system. Yo, Pat, how are you doing, my friend? Best looking man in MRL right there. What can I say? So Bops extending that lead then over 1 second. It's then Chosen Tolby 2 seconds back from Bouncy. Bouncy and the Prima. We're doing very well, thank you, Pat. Very well indeed. Hoping for some good battling here. It doesn't look good for battles, though, right out in front, because Bops is checking out. Edge and Vince exchange positions again as they go around turn 4. Side by side. Who's going to edge out? It's Tolby maintaining his position just about from Edge. Vince in close contention, and City of R not a million miles behind either. John does work in JBTC, swapping positions a little bit further on down the field. Bops 1.3 seconds out in front. The real racing is from P4 Down to P7 though. That's where we've got the close contention. Might be a warning for Edge there. 3 seconds in fact for Jay Lowry. As he comes round, it must have been the penultimate turn where Jay Lowry picked up his two camera friend and enjoy myself with some good F2 action. Yes, let's hope we do have some good F2 action. It's Vince, City of R then all over the back of the Vince, coming up to turn 3. Is he going to make a move on the inside? He is. Late on the brakes on the softer compound tyre. You'll see the purple tyre there. And he gets good grip, good traction out. DRS obviously as well, and that allows him now to close in on Edge. 4 tenths, down into 3 tenths. All the while, Edge is battling City of R, Vince and Homer with Monster James and Nicky G and Stig now all in that mix. It's allowed Chosen Tolby just to manoeuvre himself down the road. These, what tyres is Tolby on? Tolby's on the medium. Super soft for City of R. You can see, good lord, that's hurting my eyes. Well, I've got to move out of that. You can see the extra grip. Is he going to make a move? Penultimate turn. Yes, he is. He does make that move. Does run wide, though. Is that going to allow Edge to get back? No, it isn't. Nicky G. Monster James loses 2 positions there. Got a little bit out of shape by the look of it. And out of shape again. He's into the wall on the right-hand side. A little bit of oversteer. So lap 5 of 40 laps then. It's Bops, followed by Mood Bouncy, Chosen Toby, City of R. We've got Edge in 5th, Vince in 6th. 7th position is by Homer. Nicky G in 8th, TRL Stig 9th. We've picked up a couple of penalties. Let's have a quick look at the penalties real quick. 3 seconds for Stig, 3 seconds for Larry. And then stops-wise, not stops-wise, sorry, position changes. The big winner so far, it's City of R, up 12 positions on lap 5. Outstanding driving from him so far then. Down 11 for Lansharky after that spin. JB, he's down 12 as well. Maybe there was a coming together. Loving the spread of music. Yeah, I think I've got something set up on the game, mate, where I've got the music. Usually it's the old 2.6 seconds the gap then from Bops to Bouncy. He's checked out. We've got yellow flags. It's Burn Victim. Burn Victim's gone round this time. Overtaken by his teammate Lansharky then. In a bit of good start from Burn Victim as well. He's now back. City of R takes us into the 17s then. A 17.8 fastest lap on lap 6. Sorry, lap 5. So let's just check in with City of R then. In the whatever car that is. He's in the Dams car. Very, very close to the high-tech of Chosen Tolby. You'd expect the tier difference between these two guys, as Monster James picks up 3. The tier difference between these two guys on a Sunday, we would expect City of R to snap up that position from Chosen Tolby pretty quickly. Once he got past Edge, he has closed that 3-second gap down in remarkable fashion. Victim. I'm not entirely sure how the DRS works here either, as we might see that super soft tyre paid dividends. Yeah, look at the grip. Everybody else on medium. Sean's thrown on the super soft. Well, that's super soft. We don't know how long it's going to last. So it's 6 laps old. Sorry, it's 5 laps old. Is it? No, 6 laps old now. We enter lap 7. Bouncy is closing the gap a little bit, you know. As Bops is actually disconnected. Bops is disconnected, and I don't think I can add him. Let's see if we can add Bops real quick. We've managed to send Bops the game invite. So Bops then, 1.2 seconds. That disconnection has cost him 1.5 seconds. Now, Bouncy within a second. I don't actually know, and somebody might be able to enlighten me here around how DRS works in Formula 2. As here goes Bouncy then. Bouncy making a move down the inside into the penultimate turn. Gets the move done. City of R all the while just chewing into that lead. Let's see how long these super soft tyres last. I would suggest probably another 3 or 4 laps. DRS is the same as F1. Okay. I just haven't seen everybody's wing open yet. Maybe we'll see it on Bops now. There it is. There it is. But it doesn't look like Bops is in the lead yet. No. No. Super Soft should be able to go about 15 laps, says Pat. Pat is our man in the paddock. So Bouncy's turn to check out now. And by the way, City of R, on those super soft tyres, is now within DRS range of Bops. Is it going to be that Bops is unable to take control of the car? Because Bops was flying, and now it does look like he's AI. Or is this just the compound of the tyres? Through goes City of R then. 2.4 seconds the gap then between Bouncy and City of R. We reckon they can take those 7 laps. So, in that case, the mediums, I'm expecting the mediums to go 20 laps. Minimum. Pat's qualifying notebook. We need Pat's qualifying notebook, please. Anybody's got it? Further on down the field, we've got Nicky G, Stig, and Homer in close contention with Vince. Edge is in close contention, and that's a mistake from Stig. A mistake from Stig means he drops a position then. Yellow flag in Sector 1. And that really has cost him because he's dropped more than 2 positions. He's now gone back down to P12. Got massively out of shape at Turn 1. Through the turn that isn't a turn, Turn 2, up to Turn 3. Can he recover? Can Stig recover? Stig obviously promoted to Tier 1 in our Formula 1 World Championship because of his Tier 2 World Championship win. He's found it tough going in Tier 1. He hasn't enjoyed being at the back. I expected Tier Formula 2 to give him an opportunity to kind of get back in the mix amongst the drivers. He's got some clear road in front of him now. He's got 6 seconds of clear road in front of him now. Bops has indeed made it back. So Bops now 3.7 seconds, 3.8 seconds off the back of City of R. City of R now 1.1 seconds, excuse me. Lance Sharkey picks up 3. 3 seconds for Homer, Monster James, Lance Sharkey, TRL Stig, and Jay Lowry. Are we going to see City of R get into DRS? Or are these tyres going to drop off? As Bops loses a position, now he's just taking control of the car. Loses that to Chosen Toby in the high-tech. It's high-tech, VAR, then it's Edge. Name I can't see either, my list of drivers. He's in the PHM. Takes a lot of curve on the inside there. Maybe that's what you can do in these cars. You'll see these cars just aren't as wide. Aren't as wide, not as quick. Gaining on Bops now, but Bops staying in contention with Chosen Toby. Makes a better penultimate turn. What's the final turn going to be like? Oh, a little bit out of shape, a little bit too deep there from Chosen Toby. 3 seconds for Sean. Expecting then Bops to get right up on the gearbox. Might not make a move into turn 1. Might save himself. Save himself for the second DRS zone. Gets a little bit out of shape himself though. Doesn't get the traction. Bops. And the gap extends from 4 to 4.5 tenths. And all the while, Edge does make a move. But Bops maintains P4 then. Got a lot of work to do now, Bops. After that disconnection. City of R then out towards the front. A little bit of lag there. Bouncy 3/10 out in front. Edge does take the position from Bops. Bops takes it back though in turn 4. What's that traction like for City of R then? Oh, might be losing a little bit of grip on these super softs now. I expected him to close right up on the back of Bouncy, and he just didn't. Oh, he does now though. A little bit of early braking from Bouncy. Homer, 3 seconds for him. Now 6 in total. Sharky and Nicky G exchanging positions a bit further on down the field, but we're going to stick on board to see if we're going to have a change in the lead of our race tonight on lap 12 of 40 then. DRS wing wide open. DRS isn't quite as powerful. Of course, there's no ERS to help. So where we would normally see a lot of overtakes on that stretch from turn 1 down to turn 3 doesn't happen, but we might see it now then into turn 4. Are they going to go side by side? Parking his car in the middle of the track is Bouncy. Down the inside goes City of R then. Makes the move. Is he going to make the move stick? Does lock up ever so slightly, but does get out in front. Makes the move stick then. Edge and Bops yet again. Let's jump on board with them. Bops holding out at present. Little bit of contact though. Bops and Edge contact. That allows Homer to get right back up in the mix. Does it? No, it doesn't. It's Edge, Bops, and, beg your pardon, Tolby. Begging one's pardon. Good view from the rear wing of Chosen Tolby, then the battle between Bops. Yellow flag in sector 3. I don't know who that is who's gone round. It looks like it might be John Does Work. John Does Work indeed in the Carlin Rodin car. Does indeed go round. Stig picks up 3. That's 6 seconds for him now. Penalties at a premium so far tonight. And it's Edge and Bops yet again up into turn 3. Edge the advantage this time as they close right up on the back of Chosen Tolby, but Tolby gets good traction out of turn 3, down the hill, back down towards turn 4, the long right-hander. And Edge is actually, you know, Bops must have made a mistake in turn 4 there because he's lost a good second. Homer, 5.5 seconds on the back of him with 6 seconds. Vince looking like he might be getting ready to make a move. Vince in the MP Motorsports car. So Homer, Vince, Landsharky, Monster James in contention then, fighting for P6. We've got Chosen Tolby, Edge now on the back of Chosen Tolby. So the PHM car then on the back as Sean's out. Sean is out of the race. Are we going to see ourselves a safety car? Or has Sean just called it a day? I think Sean's called it a day in the pits. Due to it, maybe Sean, due to his connection. I know he'd been having some problems with connection earlier on a social race. Maybe a move then from Edge. No, decides to back out of that. Allow Chosen Tolby to keep the position. DRS then on the run down to turn 4. Not going to be close enough to make a move unless he makes a crazy dive. Tolby very cautious from Tolby. Round turn 4 then. But now, pedal to the metal, down into turn 5. Turn 5 can be tricky if you don't get it right. You're in the gravel. Turn 6, down towards turn 6 and turn 7. The quick left and right, down to the penultimate corner, turn 8. Where's this turn 9 now? This turn 9, 10, 11, 12. So then, a sterling drive from Tolby so far, holding off the advances of the people behind him. Sean leaves the session. Bops is having a problem. Is Bops disconnected again? That's the question. I didn't see Bop's disconnect, but he has dropped 3 seconds in the space of 1 lap. Very unlike him. So Edge and Chosen Toby then for God knows how many laps now into the DRS zone from turn 3 down towards turn 4. Can Chosen Toby place his car in the middle of the track? No, he moves back to the outside and inside goes Edge. Can Toby fight back though? Because Edge has gone quite deep. There goes Toby. Gets the switchback done. Round turn 4. Edge late on the brakes. Shot down too deep. Monster James and Vince exchanging P8. Good tussle we've got here for the final podium position. So we're on lap 15. I've not seen a car come into the pitch just yet. Looks like City of R stayed out. Looks like he's going to do 16. Not entirely sure I do, Pat. I've got to be perfectly honest with you. I think we're going to see Edge closing in down to 1.5 tenths. They're not going to make a move into turn 1. I wouldn't have thought. He's going to save the fire. Save the fire for the run down into the non-turn that is turn 2 up to turn 3. Keeps his powder dry. Little nudge in the back maybe there from Edge. That's allowed Toby to get another 3 tenths out in front then. The gap's up to 6 tenths now. Let's check in with the MP Motorsport guys then. Vince and Monster James. Closely followed by Nicky G. Nicky G. What car's Nicky G in? G is in the Dams Motorsport car. Yes, D Master OG. Bouncy is indeed in P2. He was leading the race for a short while. City of Art has got the tyre advantage though. He's making the super softs do work. Yet to come in the pits. He's about to start lap 17. 17 laps on the super softs. Let's just double super softs. Let's just take a quick look at it. 16 laps on the super softs. Burn Victim and John Does Work have also switched to the super softs. Maybe they'll be looking at City of R, wondering how they can perhaps take these super softs a little bit further into the race. Yeah, it seems quite a long way for them to make it. Be honest. Edge then still battling away. This battle for the final podium spot on lap 17 of 40 still taking shape. Looks like Edge got a good run out of turn 3 though, down the hill in the slipstream then. Are we going to see a move? Are we going to see a late move down into turn 3 like we turn 4 like we did previously? Yes, we are. Little bit of contact maybe. Toby forced a little bit wide, but Edge does get the move done. Nothing too egregious. Nothing too bad there, I don't think. And that's the move done. That's released Edge now. Can Edge begin to reel in Bouncy? 8.7 seconds the gap. 17 of 40 laps raced. Or will Chosen Toby keep close? Start battling back to try and claim back P3. They look pretty evenly matched for the first 18 laps so far. Mediums can probably go 25 if the super softs have still not popped. Yeah, exactly. And City of R still out. He's doing 18 laps on these super softs. I keep thinking the safety car's out. But I think it's John. Yeah, John Does Work. I had a slight scare. I thought the safety car was out. .5 seconds the gap then. So if these medium tyres are going to go 25 laps, maybe we will then see medium to super soft. That's what I would imagine. Because City of R still putting down some good lap times. He's only 7 tenths down through 2 sectors on his quickest time. That isn't too bad. Toby sticking with Edge. Yellow flag in sector 1, and maybe we spoke too soon. No, it's Burn Victim. For some reason I thought it was Bouncy. I thought it was City of R. But it isn't, so I'll be quiet. For the time being, anyway. So City of R, 18 laps. The gap's extended out to 4 seconds now, so those medium tyres aren't making an impact. Obviously, we've got a Formula 1 tier advantage here. So City of R is in a tier higher than Bouncy, I believe. As he heads down the hill to turn 4. Closing in on Burn Victim. Burn Victim is really going to want to hope that he pits pretty soon, so that maybe Burn Victim can take the super soft tyres a future laps. City's tyres will definitely be falling off soon. 2020, even laps on super softs and super softs. Damn it. Yeah, he's still got grip. Here we go, though. It looks like he's coming in then. Yes, in he comes. He's taken the pit line entry into the pits then. Let's see what Bouncy's doing. Bouncy stays out, obviously. Might have picked himself up a little warning there. Right, let's see where City of R comes out. I would imagine he's probably going to come out just behind Bops. Might get out in front of Landsharky. No, maybe not. Actually, we've got Grasses in the pits. Burn Victim's in the pits. Surprised Burn Victim came in the pits. What is happening with the glitch? Oh my word. We've got a car round. We've got a car round. It's Jay Lowry stuck in the middle of the track. City of R comes out in P10 on the medium tyre. Now, he's going to have a lot of pace advantage over these guys. Grip advantage over these guys, obviously, on the 19 lap. He's got to be careful, though. Doesn't want to get any damage going through turn 4. We see Stig losing a little bit of grip there. Got a little bit squirrely. Coming out of turn 4 then. Into turns 5 and 6 we go. City of R got the move done easily there. You can see the difference in grip straight away. He's almost on the back of Vince. 2 tenths, 3 tenths. I would imagine we'll see something get done here. Yeah, got to be careful. The drivers in front are going to be cautious. We've got Stig round again, I believe. City of R then, right on the gearbox of Vince, coming into turn 1, late on the brakes, last of the late breakers, but overshoots. Overshoots. Does get the move done initially, then has to concede again. Which means he's not going to be able to get the move done down into turn 3. He's going to have to be patient and perhaps use his extra grip. Turns in quite late there, but we're going to have to use the extra grip here. As Jay Lowry retires in the pit lane. Defensive line then from Vince down into turn 4. Switchback opportunity with that extra grip, and there we go. That's going to get the move done. No problem there at all. Unless we try and hang out at the apex. No, we don't. So Vince does allow that to happen. Good work. Bouncy into the pits goes Bouncy there. New cars now flooding into the pits. We've got Bouncy, Edge, Chosen Tolby. Oh, Homer getting a little bit out of shape. But that DRS is going to allow City of R to get up back into the lead of the race, is it? No, we've got Bops has done an extra lap. Bops is at turn 3 then. Bops at turn 3. "14 seconds then, the gap between City of R. Oh, a little bit of bouncy there. Nicky G and Vince, is it? Yeah, Nicky G and Vince. Flashing a few tyres. All is well. So he might lose the lead here. You think, D-Master? I don't think he is. I think he's in great shape. It'd just be interesting to see how Bouncy makes these super soft tyres work. I thought we were going to see a dive up the inside, but it's Vince going into the pits. So Vince heads into the pit lane. So Bottas, Homer, Vince in the pits. City of R maintains lead of the race. 5 seconds speed in the pit lane for Homer. Mistake from that driver of that car, whichever car it is. Invicta, something or other. The Virtuosi Invicta, beg your pardon. City might have one of these guys on super softs. Yes, may well do. But as it stands, that gap is 4 seconds. So Bouncy's got it as Nicky G loses those medium tyres then. So the gap, 4 seconds. Let's keep our eye. 17 laps to go. Let's keep our eye on the gap between Bouncy in P2 and City of R out in front. 3.8 seconds then. The super soft tyre, what can it do? 17 laps to go. And actually, will Bouncy close up to City of R, and then City of R have the advantage later on in the race when those super soft tyres begin to go off? We've seen 3/10 eradicated from the gap in a little over 3 corners. Good news for Bouncy. Not so good news for Bouncy is that he's picked up 3 seconds, so that's going to make matters a little bit more interesting for him further on down the line. Stig with our fastest lap of the race so far, 16.9. And just as a start, Lansharky, 16.3. As Edge goes through, I find the tyre information. It's obviously not there, it's there. So Nicky G is going to have Box for company very, very shortly. Box has worked his way back up to P5 after the pit stop. 2 cars yet to stop. It's Nicky G and Monster Jamers. But Box, you can see the 10th dropping off. He might make a move down into turn 6. Late on the brakes, makes the traction work, gets the job done quite easily in the end. And there's the difference between the 2 tyres then. So that 4-second gap between Bouncy and City of R is down to 2. Now down to 2 seconds. Here we go. Lap 25 of 40 then. It's City of R followed by Moo Bouncy, Edge, Bobs, Nicky G, Monster Jamers, Chosen Toby in P7, Lance Sharkey in the Trident P8, Homer P9, Vince is in P10 and MP Motorsports. Changes going on as Nicky G and Monster James eventually pit on those medium tyres to go on the super softs. Vince in P10, Stig P11, John does work in the road-in, Carlin in P12, JBTC P13 and Burn Victim lagging at the back in P14. 2 DNF so far, it's Jay Lowry and Sean Tiller, both decided to call it a day, no crashes on track. 1.4 seconds the gap then. Bouncy into City of R. Tyre compound paying dividends here for the Prima Racing driver. Might see us get into DRS range before the main straight. Yes, here we go then. There's the DRS dissection zone just coming now. No doubt close up round that corner with the better traction. Yes, takes another 10th out. So here we go then. DRS for Bouncy on City of R. Let's see if he can close the gap up. Seven tenths the gap then. At turn 1. Through the bend at turn 2. Up the hill. Climbing up that hill. Turn 3 gets ever closer. Gets on you real quick, turn 3. If you don't enter turn 3 right, your exit is compromised. And if your exit at turn 3 is compromised, you'll lose time. And sometimes you lose parts of your car on the wall on the right-hand side. Good drive this from Bouncy. Let's see how far he can take these tyres. I think he's got to get out in front of City of R pretty quickly and then gap him. Got that 3-second penalty, of course. The Red Bull Ring is unforgiving when it comes to penalties because the lap's so short. You know, a 1 minute 6 lap. Well, a 1 minute 16 lap in these cars. Difficult to gap out 3 seconds. Might see something happen here. Good traction. Good traction out of the final turn for Bouncy. Leading up to turn 1. He's going to go on the inside. Up the hill again. Late break. Makes the move. Gets it done. Back up the hill. City of R in that Dams car. Did have DRS, couldn't make any impact. What's the run going to be like down towards turn 4? I would imagine if Bouncy can retain P1 into turn 4, he will gap a little bit with the extra traction on those super softs. 3/10 going in. 5, 6/10 coming out. There it is then. Got a little battle between Bops and Edge. Bops and Edge have been fighting for the majority of the day so far. 3/10 back for Edge, both on the super soft tyres, of course. Now, that's another gap we need to watch. 2.8 seconds from Bops into City of R. 2.7 seconds. 2.6 seconds. I think we know where this is heading. City of R has got to hope that everybody else's super soft tyres drop off and his mediums hang on for dear life at the end to begin to kind of get some of this gap back, because he is going to get caught by Bops and Edge. Landsharky might be a little bit too far back. But as Pat called it, good 8 or 9 minutes ago, City of R's got a problem with these guys on the super softs. And Bops is reeling him in. Bops is reeling him in. The gap now down to 1.2 seconds. John does work, dips into the pits to get rid of those super softs. A little bit out of shape there for Edge. Bops now within a second of City of R. Look at this. Don't take your eyes off it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some racing to go. It's lap 28 of 40 here in Moose Racing League. It's Friday night. That means it's Formula 2. Our Formula 2 tier. Bouncy at the moment in the Prima, leading the way. 2.2 seconds ahead of City of R. City of R sat in that Dams car. It's then the VAR of Bops and the is it Edge? PHM, it is PHM Racing of Edge. Gapped out now, 7.8 seconds to Landsharky. So Landsharky's fighting for P5 with Chosen Toby in close quarters, 2.5 seconds behind. But here goes Bops then, late on the brakes, into turn 3, gets the move done. And what's the traction going to be like? What's the grip going to be like on those tyres down the hill into turn 4? We'll take that view. Closing in is City of R with that DRS wing wide open. Not too far behind him though is Edge, 2/10, 3/10. Bops with the better traction does gap him a little bit more, up to 4/10. And then around turns 5 and turn 6 should be able to increase that gap more, and we might be able to see Edge make a move on City of R also. Yeah, exactly, Pat. 100%. He's now got a lot of cars to pass. Or he will have a lot of cars to pass. So Bops a second out in front already. Let's jump on City of R camera as we're going to take a look here at Edge. Looking to make a move. No, he decides to hold. Good decision. Wise decision there from Edge. Round turn 1. Better grip. You can see the grip already. DRS wing wide open on Edge. Looks like he's going to try and make a move. Oh, wrong side. to go round the outside at turn 3. Late on the brakes is City of R then. Are we going to see a switch? No. Edge off the track he goes. Closing all the time though. Good positioning, good defensive work here from City of R. But all the while he's battling with Bouncy. Oh, Bouncy gets on the gravel. His rear left got on the gravel, lost a bit of traction. But still in contention though. 4/10, that's all he's back. It's the smallest gap we've got in the field so far. Well, at present, should I say. City of R, just got to look after these medium tyres. And if you can look after the medium tyres, you're going to have Bops pushing Bouncy hard now. So with Bops pushing Bouncy hard, they're going to be hammering their tyres. So they're not going to be looking after him, they're going to be racing. 3 seconds for burn victim. Let's have a quick check on the penalties then. 3 seconds for Bouncy. As Edge does finally make the move, does he? No. Late on the brakes is City of R. Traction then out of that. 3 seconds for JB. Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. It's burn victim. Yellow flag for burn victim. He's got himself out of the way though. Well done to him. 8/10 between Bops and Bouncy. VAR, I believe, are leading the championship. D says that City needs to use Edge instead of fighting him. Yeah, a little bit of cheeky swapping DRS every lap would certainly help. Because that gap now 4.6 seconds. Things have got to start moving. City of R's got to hope that these tyres drop off. These super soft tyres drop off. But we're only on lap 9 and 10 with them respectively. Bops is in great shape with 1 lap younger tyres. So the gap extends to 5. Late on the brakes we'll see Edge. But later on the brakes goes City of R. Edge having to back in behind yet again. Let's jump on board with Bops then down the hill towards turn 4. Is he going to make a move? No, he decides to back out. 3/10 was too big of a gap for him. Gets his rear left on the curb though. Loses a tiny little bit of momentum, but still 2/10. City of R back out in front. But it looks like Edge might make a move down the inside. No, Edge holds it round the outside. Does he? No, Edge does indeed take P3 back. They are battling like crazy, losing time. Hand over fist to the 2 cars out in front. Bops and Bouncy. It's double B at the Red Bull Racing Ring. Takes a defensive line, does Bouncy, but Bops stays on the line, doesn't worry about the slipstream, just goes around the outside, makes the move at turn 1, takes the lead of the race, and now is clear. Don't forget, 3-second penalty for Bouncy. Bouncy's going to fight up into turn 3 though. Late on the brakes, takes the inside line. Little bit of contact between the two. Bouncy retakes the lead of the race. Is this battle out in front going to allow Edge and City of R to begin to close the gap? City of R just needs to stick on the back of Edge now. Maintain that DRS. In hope for over 5. Yeah, exactly. Over 5 seconds. It's down to 5 seconds flat now. It was 5.6. So on lap 33, 6/10 have gone. Over 10% of the gap is gone. But 10% a lap means you need 10 laps. We've only got 6.5 laps left to go. 7.5 laps left to go, should I say. Bops and Bouncy start lap 34. Certainly interesting seeing these Formula 2 cars where DRS just isn't as powerful. mean, I think we'll, with a 3/10 gap, we might see a move down into turn 3. Certainly, if it was the Formula 1 cars, the DRS is much more powerful. We are going to see it. We are going to see a move. Great move from Bouncy. Great move from Bops. Just super confident on the brakes, but again, they're level pegging then down into turn 4. Bops maintains the position. Made the jump late into turn 3, which means he maintained DRS from turn 3 down into turn 4, which is giving him that 3/10 gap. JBTC and Vince exchange positions. The gap now from Edge to Bouncy down to 4.8 seconds. The gap is not closing quick enough for Edge and City of R to be in contention for the race win. Vincent JB yet again. Let's check in with City of R. What's he doing? He's just hanging on right now. 6 laps left to go as they cross the timing line on lap 35. Start lap 35, should I say. So it's looking like a 2-horse race for the win. Five laps left to go. 6 laps left to go. Good Lord. They never said that you had to be able to count as a commentator. I'm a little bit disappointed with this hidden skill that you need. Counting, who knew? With these guys fighting like they are out in front as well, it'd be interesting to see what percentage their tyres are on. City of R now has dropped out of DRS of Edge. Land Sharky's catching him. Obviously, we've got Bouncy with the penalty. So Bouncy's... I would imagine Bouncy's just going to settle. I wouldn't be fighting Bops here. I would be settling for P2. Don't fight. Don't encourage people catching you up. They're a little bit further behind you. 5 seconds. 4.9 seconds. JBTC and Vince, we're going to have to check in with these guys because they're having one hell of a battle. They've changed positions so many times between them. They've got Monster Jamers in contention as well, by the way. What happened to JB? JB's had an error. As soon as I've said that Vince and JB are in close contention, there might have been a little bit of contact there going through 5 and 6 that's allowed Vince to get away and Monster James to get away. JB into the pits he goes then. Looks like he might have a wing issue. Looks like there might have been some contact between those two then. It's a lonely race at the moment for Tolby in P6 in that high tech. 8 seconds behind Lansharky, 12 seconds clear of Stig. But Lansharky then, on lap 36 of 40, he's got penalties. 6 seconds of penalties, so he's okay. Chosen Tolby should be pushing 3-second gap he wants to close down. But Lansharky on City of R. This strat really hasn't worked for City of R. Those super soft tyres just haven't dropped off for the leading pack. Certainly not the speed he needed them to make the medium tyre help him towards the end. City of R will get a run out of there though and get his P4 back. Lansharky takes it back again with the traction and the grip. And City of R gets it back again. Here we go. We feel like we're going backwards and forwards here. So Bops looks clear right now. Although they are catching up to back markers, I believe. Are they? No, who's that then? Edge? No, we've got... oh, it's JB. JB. Bops in P1, lap 38 of 40. Not long to go now in this Formula 2, round 5 of our Formula 2 Championship race around the Red Bull Ring in Salzburg, Austria. It's Bops, followed by Bouncy. Half a second, but a 3-second advantage in penalties. No mistakes required now if you're Bops in that VAR machine. Edge, 5.7 seconds. He's dropping back off the pace as Landsharky and City of R battling it out at turn 3 and on the run down to turn 4. Plenty of penalties. 17 seconds for Homer. Good grief, Homer. What have you been doing, sir? Vince and Nicky G may well find themselves climbing up into P7 potentially. Not for Vince, but certainly Nicky G's got a chance. As it moves to 7.5, 8 seconds. Bouncy actually has 6 seconds worth of penalties now as well, by the way. So he's actually... Edge needs to push hard. Edge needs to push hard. He's got to find a couple of tenths as our lead drivers start the penultimate lap of the race. Lap 39 of 40 here in Austria. In the beautiful sunny mountains. It's Bops out in front clear. No drama for him. Looks like he's going to walk to a victory here at the Red Bull Ring. Bouncy in second position on track, but with a 6-second penalty. He's 8 tenths behind Bops at present, but we've got Edge, who is now closing in 5.8 seconds. If the race was to stop right now, it would be Edge who'd take the second step on the podium. Bouncy would be relegated down into third. Landsharky currently fourth on track. He'd be relegated down into fifth, and City of R would take fourth. Can Bouncy stretch that gap another 3 tenths to retain his second step on the podium? Or is it going to be futile? Is it going to be Edge? 3 tenths to the good now, Edge. Well, 2.5 tenths to the good. As JB picks up 3. A penalty now for Edge would be catastrophic, that's for sure. As the lead driver, as Bops starts the final lap of the race. And he's actually got out of DRS of Bouncy. That means Bouncy's going to be reeled in, no doubt, by Edge. That gap, 5.8 seconds. But, of course, Edge doesn't have DRS, does he? No, Edge doesn't have DRS. Bouncy may well have picked up DRS from a back marker. No, he didn't. 5.6 seconds then. 5.7. What are we going to do? How are we going to finish? We're on the final lap in Austria. Bops out in front of the VAR. Oh, a little bit out of shape. Don't know who that was. It looked like Edge, but it wasn't. Into Sector 3 then, the race leader Bops in the VAR. Into the penultimate corner. Round he goes, takes it beautifully, keeps it valid. And there it is, here he comes, it's Bops in the VAR to take the win in Austria. It's Bouncy finishes second, but here comes Edge. Edge looks like he might steal P2 on the podium. Yes, he does. It's Bops who finishes first, Edge second. It's Moo Bouncy finishing third. There's your podium today. City of R comes through in fourth. Landsharky fifth. Chosen Tolby finishes sixth. Here comes Stig. Stig with 6 seconds. He will be secure in P7. Homer's going to finish on track in P8, but he's going to have 43 days worth of penalties. He's going to drop back as Nicky G inherits P8. We're going to see Monster James, maybe. Yeah, he inherits P9. Homer... Vince inherits P9. Monster James P10. It's Homer finishes P11. John does work just entering Sector 3. GG's, Bouncy. Good race, my friend. GG's. John does work. Enters Sector 3. He comes around the final corner. JBTC and Burn Victim were a lap down. And across the line goes John Does Work. Congratulations. Congratulations to the drivers tonight. I find the Formula 2 races can sometimes be a little bit gappy. Too many gaps between the drivers. But I think today, City Vars, our driver of the day, by the way, I think today what we've seen is some outstanding racing in pockets throughout the grid. As there goes Bops, levitating to victory. Hey Jake, do you know what? I've got no idea how Vegas is going to be in this car. I don't know how Vegas is going to be in any car, quite frankly. That is my new least favourite track. Taking over from Miami, quite frankly. With Cota not far behind. And it's not an American thing. It's not that I've got anything against the Americans. I just don't like those tracks. Right then, just confirmation of the final results. It's Bops out in front in the Van Amersfoort racing car. PHM's Edge in P2. Bouncy P3 in the Prima with Dam City of R in P4. Lance Sharkey in the Trident P5. High-Tech's Chosen Tolby in P6. P7 goes to TRL Stig in the Arc with Nicky G in the Dams in P8. Vince in P9 in the MP Motorsport, double stacking with his teammate Monster Jamers. In P10, P11 it's the virtuosi of Homer. John Does Work, JBTC, Burn Victim, Jay Lowry, Sean Tiller. Those two guys, the final two guys, were our two DNFs of the day. But what a race. We enjoyed that one. Well done, guys. Well done, Bops. Round of applause from me to you. Hell of a drive. City of R, unfortunate with the strategy, I feel. Yes, Pat. Confirmed. Write it down. Stick it in. It's confirmed. American tracks suck. Clip it. We can do an interview if you want. We can do an interview. Now, I don't have a great connection, so we'll try and get you in. Doesn't help that I'm not in a media box, does it? Bops. Bops. Hello, sir. I am very well. Congratulations. What a race.
Yeah. Good race.
You're sweaty. Yeah, it was one hell of a race, to be fair. I've noticed with the F2 races, they can be a little bit gappy. There tends to be quite a lot of gaps between the drivers, but there were pockets of excellence tonight. I think yourself, Bouncy, and City of R, and that battle out in front that I think it might have been Lance Sharkey got involved in later on, or Edge. Just talk me through then, because you said you want to explain what happened.
So I had SimHub running in the background, which is like, it basically gives me extra data.
Yeah.
That crashed my PC. So PC pooed itself for a good 2 minutes, lost all my positions. Even before the race I was having issues. My pedals weren't registering properly, so I couldn't brake as much as I wanted to. And then during the race, I was like, the max throttle I could get to was 70%. So that was when I was fighting Edge, like going side by side with him a lot. So I had to fix that, and I lost, I want to say, like a good 18 seconds from technical issues. But I brought it back, happy with myself.
Yeah, we did see that you got disconnected. I tried to invite you back immediately,
Yeah.
but I think that was too soon. The invite.
No, I did get an invite from Sean, but then my whole computer froze. I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't turn it back on.
God,
It was interesting,
we
but
love
I'm
ourselves
happy
a
with the
technical
result.
issue.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the result. Edge did really well as well, so shout out to him.
Yeah, it was a fun
He
race. It
was
was a fun race to watch. It was a fun race to watch. City of R started on the super soft tire.
yeah,
He took it quite a long way, I felt. And I think looking at that, everybody else did the alternate strategy, and the alternate
yeah.
strategy seemed to work.
So the super softs are very good on tire wear if you have like medium to low fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I found out from our Austin race.
Right.
So it's always good to start on the mediums. They won't really drop off until right at the end, and then the super softs are just so much quicker.
Yeah, that you were chewing into City of R on the super softs. You caught him very quickly. Bouncy caught him quickly as well, but of course Bouncy had those 6 seconds of penalty, so he might have taken his foot. I was talking about in commentary that Bouncy, a sensible thing for Bouncy to do was take his foot off the gas from battling you, so that City of R and Edge couldn't catch. Now, as it happened, you got out of DRS range from Bouncy, which actually took him towards Edge, and Edge obviously nicked P2.
Yeah. It's strategy calls for me were good. I didn't mess up like I did in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Just general good race from me. A good racecraft from everybody.
Yeah, very very good racecraft, and that's another thing I'm finding with F2 is that because the cars are a little bit smaller, it makes the racecraft. You're still sat at your wheel or your control or whatever you do. You still feel as though the car is the same size as the Formula One car when you're in the seat.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's making for much cleaner driving. No safety cars tonight. There was a couple of yellow flags, but nothing too serious, and not a lot of it was about people banging in together. There was just a couple of mistakes.
Yeah, it's quite hard to crash these cars, like going into a wall and causing a safety car, especially around here.
Maybe
they're
I'll join in next week and just prove that complete mythly.
With the right setup, you can basically make it impossible to spin if you're on super softs.
Oh, there you go.
Well, impossible to DNF. So, yeah.
Noted. Well, next week, I'm guessing we move to Vegas, do we?
We do.
And how do you feel about Vegas?
So in the F1 cars, I like it, but that's just because I did good last season in it. But I think in F2 cars it might actually be pretty decent. Sector 2 might be a bit interesting to drive, but the rest of it's just straights. So I suspect to see very low downforce setups.
Yeah, for sure. Quite frankly, I can't stand Vegas.
Yeah, that's a fair opinion to have.
Yeah, I can't stand. Pat has cottoned on to the fact that I don't like Vegas, Miami, or COTA. So apparently, in a North American league, I'm anti-American.
Oh no!
Can't stand those three tracks. I'd rather drive Monaco every week than any of those three.
Monaco every week is a bit of a stretch, but
well, that's just me in my head. That's all that tells you. So you're looking forward to Vegas next week. That's good. We're moving on to MRL Sunday this week. Talk to me about Sunday then.
I am not racing on Sunday. Fun fact.
That was a really short conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, I have like a party to go to, so
party
sadly
time.
I will not be able.
Party time. Well, you've got your win. You've got your win for the week. You don't need to get another one.
It's always good with extra. All right, thank you so much, Andy.
My pleasure, Bops. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Superb drive, given the technical difficulties, my friend. Well done.
All right, thank you, sir.
Take care. Right then. Better be my birthday party, says Bouncy. Have we got Bouncy or Edge? Do you guys fancy an interview? Bouncy or Edge? Bouncy or Edge? Bouncy or Edge? Oh, we got Edge. We got Edge. Let's move Edge in. Edge.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. How the devil are you?
I'm doing good, besides being sick, but I'm doing good.
Oh, you're not well.
No, I'm not well.
Oh wow, wow. Well, in that case, what a drive from you then, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you were. It was nip and tuck all the way down to the last lap with
Yeah,
yourself and Bouncy,
bouncy.
and you made it work by. I didn't see the final time classifications, but it looked like it was about half a second.
Yeah, pretty much. I dropped off to save a little bit of my tires, and
Yeah,
then I pushed for the last 2 laps, and I gained a good amount of time.
yeah, and that was. I think we were watching the final two laps. Is pretty much what we were watching with you. Bouncy was obviously gone down the road with the 6 seconds that Bouncy had in terms of the penalty. So the focus was really on yourself and Bouncy in terms of that battle for the second step on the podium. So congratulations. Talk to me about
Thank you.
talk to me about the race strategy. Then it was with a lack
Uh,
of safety cars changes the
I was
strategy
gonna,
a little bit, doesn't it?
yeah, I was gonna stick with mediums first because I knew when I did Austin, I started with super sauce and I dropped off when everybody was on the super sauce after, so I knew I wasn't gonna make that mistake again.
Yeah,
So, and it worked. From, I mean, I had a good step one coming from behind Toby to getting P4
yeah, yeah.
after starting in P13, I think.
Uh huh.
So it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was a very good race to watch. It was entertaining. Um, I just
What?
said to Bops, I find that sometimes that the F2 races can be quite gappy. There can be quite big gaps, and it becomes quite boring to watch. However, there were pockets of excellence throughout in terms of driving. JBTC and Vince, until I switched to watch them, were trading places quite a lot further on down the field, and obviously yourself, Tolby, City of R, Bouncy, and,
Bobs.
and Bops. You and Bops were wheel to wheel for a good 5, 6, 7, 8 laps, I think.
Yeah, I knew he had a problem with his pedal, so I
Yeah.
was trying to get by him, but didn't have enough, too much speed to get past him. He just stuck right beside me every single time. But
Yeah, it was good
when
to
he fixed
watch.
his when he fixed his pedal, he was fast.
Yeah, but he was fast before he disconnected.
That too, yeah, yeah,
He'd gapped 2.5 to 3 seconds, and then he disappeared, and the gap
yeah,
just disappeared with it. City of R got out in front. City of R had obviously done the alternate strategy, so he'd started off on the super softs and then went to the mediums later on. And I think
yeah,
that was the difference today.
yeah. When I saw him, he was on super soft. So my first stint, I just let him by because I knew I was gonna catch up to him. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yep.
Next week it is Las Vegas. How you fancying Las Vegas?
Uh with last season in F1, that's the only time I raced on it. I didn't mind it. I got a P2
Well,
with
there you
G
go.
Master, I guess. So,
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess if you win or come second or come third, you're gonna say you don't mind the track. Personally,
no,
I can't stand it.
fair enough. A lot of people can't. I know Giants fan does it.
I'm with Giants fan. I'm with Giants fan. I'm definitely not available to reserve next weekend.
You
Uh,
gonna do? I think it's Portugal after that. I think.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I do love Portugal. Portugal's the only track I've ever won a proper league race at.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to do Portugal. But in terms of, so obviously, that's the. Did you do the realistic league on Wednesday?
No.
Nope. So this is your first run round Austria in a league race this
Yep.
weekend. How,
Besides the social races,
besides the social races, so how do you feel about the main events happening on Sunday?
I feel like uh, I feel good, but I know my teammate is fast.
Who's your teammate?
So, MVA.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm 5/10 off of him, but I know he's faster. But I'll probably close in slowly with my race pace. I don't have quali pace.
Yeah, I know how
So,
that feels.
so it was the same thing with last year with D Master. Always started in P1. I was always in P10, and then crawled up to P2 every single race that he hated.
Yeah, you guys were wild last year. You know, in those two McLarens, it was very
Yeah,
difficult to.
I kind of felt bad last season with some people.
Do you know what? If we every week, I just took you two out of the standings, and it made me feel better.
Yeah, and it's like everybody thought I was a rookie last season. That was the funny part, and I was like, I'm in my third, fourth season
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say it's
I
because you changed the name on the Discord.
no,
Well,
no,
the
I
yeah,
always been snippered in Discord and Edge on Steam for the whole time.
but because they don't match up,
They don't match up.
people
It
don't.
confuses
It
them.
doesn't trigger with people that you're not
Yeah,
a rookie. No, I was racing you in tier 4 3 seasons ago at least.
yeah. I
I
started.
say
Yeah, the funny.
racing you. I was looking at your rear wing from about 500 miles away.
Yeah, it was kind of funny when I started because I started in tier 3 and then I just slowly dropped to tier 5 and then now I'm back to tier 4.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it goes.
Yep.
I'm not going back up though. Okay, so you're looking forward to this weekend in tier
Yep.
4. What car are you in this weekend?
I'm in the Haas, full-time
You're in
Haas
the
driver.
Haas.
Yeah.
Well, be interested to see how you get on then. Good luck for Sunday and well done today. Good drive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care, mate. Have good
You
fun,
too.
and I'll no doubt see you on Super Sunday.
Thank you. See ya.
Take care, mate. Bye bye. Right then, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Moose Racing League. That was Formula 2. That was Friday night. Feel free to go and enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll even let you enjoy your Saturdays as well. But let's be honest, set your alarms. Make sure that if you're not already in our Discord group, the link is below in the YouTube video description section thing. Make sure you join the Discord because then you'll get the full rundown of what's going to happen on Sunday. We'll be starting with tier 6 at around about noon Eastern, around about 5 p.m. BST, and we will run through tier 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll be racing in 5. I'll be commentating with our good friend Punju on tier 1. And then the pièce de la resistance with Pat the Rock and Mac Mage, or Darth Mage as we call him these days. That will be our no assists. The final piece of the jigsaw will take place at the end of the evening. It is one hell of a Sunday. Don't miss it, because if you miss it, you'll regret it, and you'll have to tune in next week. And maybe I'll just make you watch all the YouTube videos back to back every day of the week. So make sure you tune in right about noonish on Sunday Eastern, and we will be back with plenty of action for you as we race around Austria yet again. Let's hope for some inclement weather in all the tiers apart from tier 5. That's what I say. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Andy Ragequit. You've been amazing as per usual. Take care, and I'll see you again very, very, very soon. Nighty nighty.